The Daily Code Snippet. Now we will discuss HTML forms. Forms are needed because there are instances where you need to collect information from your users. Forms allow users to input that information into your website, and that information is sent to a server to be processed. The form element is used to create that form, while the input elements are used to collect data from your users. The input element is used in conjunction with the type attribute, which specifies the different types of input fields. These include text fields, checkboxes, and buttons. Buttons can be submit buttons, but also things like radio buttons. The label element is used to tell the user what kind of information you want from them. Here is an example of a simple form to collect an email. You will notice some additional attributes which we will go over in future episodes. The value of email means that the user must enter a response that follows the format of an email, and we use the value attribute to give the user an example of what we are looking for them to input. Similarly, the value in the submit button input will be the text the user sees on the button. We have left the action attribute blank because we need to discuss this further. In a form that is collecting data, this needs to be specified so it is saved in a proper format and not lost. This code will display like this. If you attempted to enter a response not formatted in an email format, you will get an error message. You are seeing the default display of a form without specifying the styling. As we said in the last video, the input element is used with the type attribute to determine what information is being collected from the user. Here are some examples of the different type attributes. Input type button displays a button that can be clicked. Input type checkbox displays a checkbox for several choices. Input type color displays an input field to contain a color and may display a color picker depending on the browser support. Input type date displays an input field for a date. Input type date time local displays a date and time input field. Input type email displays an input field for an email. Input type file displays a select a file field and a browse button for uploads. Input type hidden defines an input field not visible to the user. Example, data inputted for the benefit of the developer. It will be visible in the source code, so it is not for secure data. Input type image, used to create a submit button that is in the form of an image rather than text. Input type month, user can select a month and year. Input type number defines an input field for a numeric entry. Input type password displays a password field. Input type radio displays a radio button for choices. Input type range defines a control for entering a number within a range. Example, a slider. Default is 0 to 100. Input type reset resets all form values to defaults. Input type search displays an input field for a search. Input type submit displays a button to submit a form. Input type tell displays an input field for a numeric entry that is a telephone number. Input type text displays a single line text input field. Input type time allows the user to select a time. Input type URL displays an input field for a URL. Input type week, user can select a week and year. As you can see, an exhaustive list when just looking at the input element. We will go over the most commonly used input element types in more detail. Presented by Designers Learn Code.